Welcome to the Mama Time podcast, where we dive into all things wellness to support and empower you on your journey through pregnancy and motherhood. I'm Charlotte, your host, a proud mama of 3 and a pre- and postnatal yoga teacher. My mission is simple: to help mothers like you feel your best. In this podcast, I'll share practical tools, heartfelt stories, and nurturing practices to help you reconnect with yourself through the ever-changing seasons of motherhood. Because while you're busy caring for everyone else, I'm here to remind you of something so important. You matter too. You are worthy of prioritizing your well-being, and when you do, it creates a ripple effect that transforms not just your life, but the lives of those around you. Along with sharing my own experiences and resources, I'll be chatting with inspiring fellow mamas who are passionate about supporting other women. Together, we'll have honest, heart-centered conversations about their journeys and the transformative tools they rely on to thrive in motherhood so you can thrive too. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's get into today's episode. Are you ready? Welcome back to Mama Time for this special series on nervous system regulation for mothers. A topic that's close to my heart and one that I'll keep coming back to again and again because it's just that important. As moms, no matter what season of motherhood we're in, we're constantly moving through moments that are both magical and, let's be honest, incredibly triggering. Whether it's the chaos of caring for a newborn, the emotional roller coaster of toddler tantrums, like when you hand them a blue crayon just to be told that they really wanted red, or the more complex challenges of older kids pushing boundaries, or simply just the stress of trying to get everyone out the door on time without losing your mind. Motherhood demands so much of our nervous system. When we don't have the tools to support nervous system regulation, we can easily get stuck in that fight or flight mode, running on edge, reactive, and disconnected from the version of ourselves we want to be. That's why I'm so excited to bring you this 3-part series, inspired by my recent workshop, Regulate, Restore, and Thrive, a nervous system reset for mothers. My goal is to make nervous system regulation feel simple, practical, and truly doable, even for the busiest of mom days. You'll walk away from each episode with tools and insights you can apply right away to feel more grounded, calm, and connected. I'm so excited to share this series with you, so let's dive into today's episode. So I have a framework that I like to use and share with moms to actually be able to reset their nervous system in a simple way. So it's got three pillars to it. So one is the tools. So that's the actual practices, like the breath work that we just did. The practices used to relax the nervous system. The second thing is mindset. Like I just spoke about, being able to do a practice like that, there's really little barriers, but sometimes we can be our own worst enemy in not making time for ourselves and overcomplicated things. And there's all these mindset things and conditioning that are in the way. So if we shift those limiting beliefs that are preventing you from utilizing those practices, it can make a really big difference. And then there's the different strategies. So these are how to actually make these practices fit into your schedule as a mom and apply them into your daily life. And these I have learned through so much trial and error and working with other mothers as well. So I'll go into each of them a little bit more. So we've got the tools. There's so many different tools that you can use for nervous system regulations. The ones that I use the most are movement, breath work, and mindfulness. And so these can take so many different forms. So movement, for example, can be any kind of movement that feels good to you. I love yoga. I teach yoga, so I lean on that a lot, but it really is such a personal thing for what sort of movement practice you prefer. So it can be anything from walking to running to cycling, HIIT classes, any other type of exercise classes, weightlifting. Any sort of movement is going to give you benefit. So it's all about finding what works for you. And then we've got breath work. So I just gave you one example of a deep belly breath, but there are so many different types of breath work that you can tap into. And as well as mindfulness. A lot of people think of mindfulness just as meditation. And that is a great resource to use. However, there's so many different forms of mindfulness. Mindfulness is just being present with the activity that you're doing at the moment. So there are so many different ways to bring that in. Some of my favorites, again, are meditation, guided meditations or silent meditations. There's so many different ones there. I also love to use affirmations and gratitude as well. And what I love about these tools and these practices is that they're very effective, they're accessible. You can adapt them to whatever your preference is. Maybe you're a beginner or advanced or, whatever time frame that you have. And the more you do them, the easier they become. It's like an exercise or a habit. The more you actually work on it, the easier you can tap into it when you do need it, even in those triggering moments. So that's why we practice even when we are in a good state. And then we have the different mindset tools. So I think this is such a big component. So this is reframing those beliefs that are holding you back from putting the tools into practice. I know a lot of moms can feel like it's really hard to make time for themselves to do something like this. And as we talked about, it doesn't take that much time. But if you're constantly telling yourself you don't have time, you have to do things for everyone else, then that's really going to hold you back from doing something like this that is going to be so beneficial, not just to you, but to everyone around you, because they're going to benefit from you showing up in your best state. So I think it's really important to reframe something like worthiness, that no, you actually are worthy of taking time for yourself to do something that feels good to you, even if it may not have a tangible outcome that someone can see. That is irrelevant. It's about what feels good for you. So really helping remove some of those blocks. And like I said, reframing them and reclaiming your time and what is actually going to benefit you the most and making yourself a priority. That's one of the big ones as well. And then looking at where your energy is going currently and making shifts, like where are you putting in energy that is not feeling good to you, that's leaving you feeling drained. And things like social media, I think, for example, we can use that as a tool where we feel like we need a moment for ourselves, and it's kind of turns more into disassociation and overstimulation if we actually look at what we're getting from it. And at the end of scrolling through our phones, we're probably not feeling any better. And look, we all fall into that trap. I do too, but I think it's good to notice, what things are sucking our energy and what things are actually giving us energy. And then looking into your internal dialogue. How are you actually speaking to yourself? Is it helpful? Is it harmful? What can you shift from that to support you better? And then stepping into your power. These are all about being empowered about, what you're able to change for yourself. Knowing any of these things that you can always choose differently. So even if you find yourself with those limiting beliefs and those things that are sucking your energy or that internal chatter, if you know that you're capable of making change to those, you can recognize them without being overly critical to yourself, and you can actually choose a different path. And the more you do that, the more you step into self-compassion for yourself, into confidence, into your wisdom and intuition. It's a really empowering journey. And then we have the different strategies. So there's ways to set yourself up for success for when you want to practice. So for example, if you're going to do a morning practice, there might be things that you do the night before, so you make sure that you're all set for the next day. You might have some toys set up for your kid if you're hoping that they stay asleep for you to wake up before them, or maybe you have a rough night, things like that, or they get up early. You might have some toys for them so that they can be entertained while you're doing your practices. Fitting the tools into your schedule as a mom. So actually looking at what the right time for you would be. So maybe it's not the morning. Maybe you are still in a phase when the nights are really rough, your kids are waking up really early. It's actually looking at your schedule holistically and saying, okay, well, what does work for me? I don't need to listen to all the people in the internet that are not parents giving me advice around what I should be doing, and actually looking at your schedule as it is. Also adjusting when things don't go to plan. I think this is a big one. We can get stuck in, well, it has to be this way or I'm not getting it done. But having the ability to have a plan B and adjust when you need to is so essential for motherhood because things definitely don't always go to plan. And then tools to help you find consistency as well, like being able to adjust, tracking those habits, and taking the practices off the mat. So being able to tap into these practices when you are in triggering moments and having those go-to tools so that you can actually utilize those in the moment as well.
If today's episode resonated with you and you're craving more, you can sign up to receive the full replay of my recent workshop, Regulate, Restore, and Thrive, a nervous system reset for mothers. In it, we'll go even deeper into these tools and practices, and you'll walk away with a clearer understanding of how to support yourself in everyday moments of motherhood. Whether you're brand new to nervous system work or you're looking to deepen your existing practice, this workshop is a beautiful place to start. It's completely free, and the link to sign up to receive the replay is in the show notes. I'd love for you to check it out. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope you found inspiration and empowerment in this episode. If you enjoyed it, I'd be so grateful if you could share it with another mom who could use a little extra support or encouragement. By sharing, you're helping us build a community of strong, empowered mamas who are thriving in motherhood together. If you have a moment, please leave a quick review and rating. It really helps more moms like you find the show and feel supported on their journey. For more simple and transformative practices, come connect with me on Instagram at mama_time_yoga. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit follow so you never miss an episode. And until next time, take care of yourself, mama. You've got this.